we left off adding presence and tracking user info. Let's see what that got us again. We open the app. Okay, homepage is nothing. Go to a room ID. We've got the vet giving number 9. If we had another user, no. This should autofocus. Bob, and Bob gave a 3. We have a Phoenix Presence has for us a backend data structure that already has that the vet has 9 and Bob has 3. This is key. This is so great to have. I'm gonna actually quit the server here so I can easily get back to this data structure because this is the next thing we want to work with. We could take this information and send it straight over to all the connected live views for that channel in that room and let them figure out how to display this, and maybe that would make for a shorter video, but I also plan to keep this code. So I don't want to do that. I want to format this data in a way that would be easy for the front end to display before we send it over to the front end. Also, there's going to be a fair amount of business logic here, transforming this into something that maybe shows the average or maybe does not show numbers to people until everybody has submitted their number or that kind of thing. So, yeah, this, and I've been doing things without tests to move fast, but this kind of thing, if you're going to write pure functions that owns your business logic, writing tests for pure functions is just so easy, and it's going to be so useful to you because you're going to keep changing this stuff that that's the way we're going to do it. We're going to create a separate module with tests to transform this into a data structure that the front ends can easily display. So let's get going on that. So the first thing I want to do is add mix-test-watch. I really like it. So hex.pm mix-test-watch. There it is. This one. Mix. Okay. I want these alphabetized. Yeah. I don't like... Yeah, I just like things alphabetized. Long lists of things. It just makes things easier to find in the future. Get that. Say yes. Okay. Git commit message alphabetized deps. Okay. Now we want to add mix-test-watch. And the nice thing with that is we don't need to think of where to add it because it will just be alphabetized. Okay, git commit message add mix-test-watch. Okay. How about some binoculars? Oh. Unless I'm spelling it wrong, we'll do an hourglass. Okay. So now we've got mix-test-watch. Mix-steps.get and mix-test. I just want everything to compile while we're doing the... Oh, now all of a sudden it's happy. Mix-phx.server. Does that need to recompile? Anyway, well, let's see if it does. Oh, no. Okay. What's next? Okay. I want to take that data structure we had and now I've scrolled way past it. I want to take that data structure we had and I want to write, let's start with the module that is going to have the functions to deal with that data. The data is here. I've got a little debug still sitting in my code, but we've got the data here. The data structure is generated by presence, so I think it should be presence related, but I don't like that it's in the web concern. I I felt weird about presence sitting here anyways, but it's the convention, it's in the documentation, so that's where I'm going to put it. But um, my business logic, I want that to not be a web concern. So I'm going to add it here. New file. And it's going to be the main business logic for the application. So I could maybe call it average functions, maybe presence functions. Yeah, I think presence functions. Presence functions dot. Is it really functions for presence? It just happens to take presence data as an input. Yeah, but naming things are hard. It's the user list functions, really. User functions? Users functions. Users functions. And is it good to name something functions? I understand if there was a user's gen server and then a user's functions. What about just users data? Because we're just dealing with data structures. And then obviously has functions because it's a module. Users data. Putting the word data in a module name might be a bad... Is it just users? Yeah, I don't have a database. This might just be users. Accounts has user. That deals with a single user. This is users. It has the functions for transforming lists of users. And that is actually, I'm going to settle on this for now. Sure. Def module quick average dot users. Okay. And let's start with that. Then in test, there's quick average web, but there's no quick average test. Test, new folder, quick average. Inside of quick average, new file, users, test.exs. Okay. And def module quick average dot users test do. And then I always forget the syntax here. Elixir X unit. Yeah. X unit case async true. Yeah. Might as well do that. So assert what's the function going to be called? Generate users list? Maybe just generate because it's users. It's going to take in the data structure from presence. Assert users dot generate, and okay, we need that function. Have we broken? Can our stuff even compile? Oh, it can. So if we had Bob with 99, we should be seeing a data structure. Yes, we do. That is presences. Okay, users.generate presences. What did I just do? Is something. I don't know. Let's first get it running. Mix test.watch. Okay, undefined function users.generate, yes. And this is why I had to apologize for the small text, because I like to have 3 panels sometimes. Def generate presences something and undefined function user generate one undefined module users is not available. Oh, okay. Alias, you gotta read the errors. Module users is not available. Because yeah, if you start just by reading undefined function error, you're gonna think, well, but I did define the function. It's totally here. Alias quick average dot users. Let's see. Okay, and I misspelled something. Okay, at least we've got a working test file. What do I want it to look like? Presences? We'll need better name. I want it to be a list that I send to the front end. And I want it to just have names and numbers. So would it be easier if they have symbolized keys? Or atom keys? I always, man, symbols and atoms, I always get those names wrong coming from Ruby. I think so, because then in the front end, it could be just .name and .number to get the name and the number. So yeah, that's going to be more ergonomic. And do we want the numbers to be converted? Because we're going to eventually want the average, eventually we would want the numbers converted. I think for now, maybe we don't. But yeah, definitely atom keys. Okay. And this. There we go. Okay. Something looks very wrong. It thinks test is in that list. It's not. Okay. We want it to equal users. Okay, so now we need to take these presences and turn them into users. Great. We have a map. The map has keys and it has values. We actually just want the values. Yeah, let's start with presences. We know it's not going to be quick. Map.values, is that a thing? It is. Map.values is a thing. So now we've got these values. The value is a list. I think the only way that that list can have more than one thing in it would be if a user is signed in on their mobile phone and in the web, but our app has no sign in. So for our use case, we can assert that the list always just has one, and maybe we should throw an error if the list does not just have one, so that we can catch that error if I'm wrong. Map.values. You know what? I can think of, trying to think. Well, presences, map.values. Okay, we have a list of values. Yeah. We want to iterate over that again and take out. We essentially want to go from one of these. I want to go from one of those over to just name and number. So yeah, that def-p meta to user, meta, I think it's called a meta. And then the meta is a list, so might as well. Okay, maybe just pattern match it all out. Name, name, number, number, and then, well, yeah, we want name, name, number, number. I think that's what we want. Then here we would do enum.map, and we'll call meta to user, Test passed already? Okay. That went quicker than I thought. Yeah, meta's unused here. Okay. Yeah, if a list came in with more than one element, we'd get an error. If they didn't have name and number, we'd get an error. So yeah, it's nice and constrained. Okay, so our generate function takes in this data structure and gives back this data structure. Let's start by showing that on the page, because that already would be a win. I'm going to make a commit here. Or let's take it a step further and actually use this. So, yeah. Yank until the space. Here. We want to... Yeah, we want to actually just alias it. Actually, it'll be in here, yeah. I want that alias. And then here, I want users dot generate. It feels like we're generating users. I want to generate a user list from, yeah, it's users from presences, really is what it's called. Let's get the right name on it right now. From presences. Yeah, I like that more. From presences. Come on. Yes! I love TDD when it works out. Okay. Yeah, presences. Okay. Yeah, but this needs to be renamed from presences. Yes! Okay. We're going to generate a user list from presences, and then we'll have something that's easier to show on the front end. Let's see it in practice. Wait, I'm running tests in VS Code, so this will be where I run the server. Okay, Bob 99. Yeah, we already have it here. Users from presences is a nice list that'll be easy to render in the front end. We just need to send that to all the front ends. So they need to be notified. Okay, let's send that over. Well, let's make a commit. Yeah, okay. Presence now has users, still has debug code in it. I've got mixed test watch, and I've got users and it's test, yeah. Add users module for generating users list. Users, people, twins. I always think it's funny to use dancing men with bunny ears, even though I'm sure no one ever notices when they look at my commit messages.